Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lo and on my channel we talk about all things handbags. In today's video I wanted to run you through some items that are new to my collection, talk a bit about what is on my wish list or on my radar recently, and I also want to touch upon the bag slump, of which it seems that I am not the only one that is experiencing it. So let's dive into it. Let's get started with the bags that are new to my collection, and I wanted to start off with two Coach handbags. The first bag is the Coach Cargo Tote, and this is in the large size, so with the long handles. I'm not really sure how many sizes the Cargo Tote comes in, but I'm guessing this is the largest size. I got this Cargo Tote on Ukes. It's one of the outlet websites that I was discussing in, I think it was my previous video, where I shared with you all some places that I like to shop, especially for the mid-season sales. And I got this Cargo Tote with about 70% discount. So I wasn't really looking to purchase it, but when I saw the discount, plus it also didn't end up being a very expensive bag, it was a little under 100 euros, I figured I might give it a go because these totes always come in handy. Now I have to say I have been really pleasantly surprised with the quality of this Cargo Tote. The material on this is really nice and really thick. The long handles on this bag are very comfortable, and I like that it has a pocket both on the front and on the back of the bag. The only thing it could have done with, if you ask me, is a bit of organization on the inside of the bag, because it's just one open compartment, and also the front pocket and the back pocket on this bag are just really large, so it's difficult to keep items in a secure place where you can easily find them. Another thing I've noticed about this bag, and that kind of annoys me, is that it pulls in lint and cat hairs and dust like crazy. Now I have two cats. I'm not known to run a super clean household. Grabbing this bag to use it, I basically have to go over it with a lint roller first. Overall a nice bag. That is really the biggest downside for me, plus the lack of some interior organization. Then the bag I purchased together with the Cargo Tote, because it was so cute and so that I could make use of some additional discount code and free shipping, is this Coach hard bag in black with the gunmetal hardware. Now I also have this hard bag in the light gray. I think that in the long run I'm going to have to sell one of these, but I am going to keep both of them around for a while, because I basically bought these at the end of the season where I was planning to wear them. So I bought this one at the end of the fall winter season. Well, this is more of a fall winter bag for me, and I bought this last year at the end of the spring summer season, while this is more of a spring summer bag for me. So I'm going to keep them around for at least half a year, 3/4 of a year, see which one pulls my heartstrings, pun intended, the most, and then get rid of the other one, because I do feel with these bags, they are cute, but they're also a bit gimmicky, and I don't think I need two of them in the long run in my collection, but we'll have to see. And then the bag that I got before I made my recent Coach purchase. This is the Wandler Penelope in the bigger size, and this is in a butter yellow color. I also purchased this off Ukes with around 70% discount, so I got a really good deal, because I feel like this is one of the more popular styles from Wandler, and they do go on sale, but they usually don't go on sale all that much. And of course, butter yellow is really the color of the season, so I was kind of surprised that even though it's a seasonal color, that right now was already discounted so heavily. I do have the Wandler Penelope in the regular size as well, so one thing I was planning to do is to make a comparison video, but I haven't gotten around to doing that. On the one hand, because I haven't used this item all that much yet, and I want to get a bit more of experience, and then on the other hand, the sort of YouTube bag slump, but I will touch upon that in a second. So let's first discuss what is on my wish list right now. So what is on my wish list or on my radar right now? Frankly, it is fairly limited, for the bag lover and collector that I am. So let's first touch upon the designer bags that I'm interested in right now. First of all, I'm noticing that I'm more actively pursuing to get a Celine luggage tote right now. The luggage tote has been taken out of production from Celine itself. So this is a bag where I always felt like one day I will just save up for it and I will get it in the boutique, but that is not going to happen anymore. I'm generally not big on pre-loved, especially when it comes to the more expensive brands, because I have seen seen, even for this bag, that there are some pretty good replicas around. But knowing that I will have to get it pre-loved right now, I'm just starting to look into what that will look like, prices I have to take into account, the state of bags, what sizes I'm interested in. So that is a bag that I'm definitely more actively pursuing. A bag that I'm looking into just getting new is the Ferragamo Hug bag. Recently I saw Tanner Leatherstein cut up one of these soft Ferragamo Hug bags. Of course he loved it, and it was just another affirmation for me that Ferragamo is a really nice brand. A brand that also still goes on sale, so perhaps one of the brands in the luxury market that is just more worthwhile to put your money towards. I think it's a really fun design. I'm still doubting a bit about whether I want to get the soft version with the long shoulder strap or just the tote version with the handles. I think it's just gonna come down to me running into a good deal for a color and a size that I like, and then hopefully snatching that up. But I'm not in a rush to get it. I'm just closely monitoring it, and we'll see if and when that bag comes my way. Then when it comes to the contemporary brands, of course, Coach is on the table. It pretty much always seems to be with me. That is of course related to the colors and releases that they do. So I would still love to have something from Coach in the sage color. I think that is really beautiful. I'm not set on a particular style, but I do want to get a style on which the color just works for me. So I really like the Lana bag, for example, in the sage. And I would also still like to get something with the denim jacquard, which is the collection that they have right now. So prices haven't dropped sufficiently for me to get anything. And it could be that it will still take like half a year or so before I end up purchasing something, because that also happened with the last denim collection from Coach. Again, not in a rush, but I would love to get something with the jacquard, preferably like a tabby, for example. So I'm also keeping an eye on that. And then finally, Claire released their Anastasia bag. It's a really classic Doctor style bag with a pebbled leather. I think it's a beautiful design, and I know that a lot of effort has gone into designing it. So I might be getting that one sooner or later. What is hopefully also on its way, but I'm hoping not to jinx it right now, is a pre-loved Dooney and Burke bag that I bought off Vinted. So if that all works out well, hopefully I'll be unboxing that for you guys in a couple of weeks. So that is it when it comes to the bags that are on my radar. For me, it's really not all that much, because I can remember times where I had like tens of bags on my radar, really so many bags that I would be happy to have. But I'm also noticing right now that even if I stumble upon good deals, I'm really pushing back a bit and thinking about if it's something that I really want to add to my collection and that I also want to have in the longer run. And that brings me to the last topic of this video, and that is the bag slump. And well, this is based on a video that I saw Andrea from AKB Bags do. So shout out to you, Andrea, because now I'm also touching upon it, but it really got me thinking. And I think it's something that really resonates within our YouTube community, especially that there's just not so many videos anymore. There's not so many new creators entering the community. There's not so many unboxings. There's not so many views. There's fewer tags. It's just a little bit less of everything. And I wanted to share some thoughts on what I think is causing it and how I'm personally experiencing it. So first of all, I have to agree with the observations. And when it comes to me as a creator, there's been a change in the YouTube algorithm, I think, though, like, don't take my word for it. Now it's less favorable in the sense that people are really in a niche, like we are in the luxury and contemporary handbag space, that it's really become difficult for viewers outside of that space to find our videos. And for me, it's always been fairly challenging to just get more organic traffic from YouTube. It's usually my review videos that end up doing pretty well and that also draw in new subscribers. But right now, it's apparently even harder just for my videos to get recommended. So that's definitely one thing that I see that my videos don't get a massive amount of views. Of course, they don't have to. I am just doing this for fun. I'm doing this to be part of the community. But it can be somewhat frustrating and disappointing if you are noticing that the YouTube algorithm is just not working in your favor. Now, another thing that I think has been going on already for quite some time with the more popular creators is now also starting to reach another group of creators, and that's sort of the content or creator fatigue. Last year, we saw some big creators leaving the YouTube space, and now I think there's sort of another wave of people who have been doing this for a number of years, who are thinking like, what can I still talk about? What content is still fun to do? Should I switch it up, move to some other topics? And for myself, I reached my 3rd YouTube anniversary recently, and instead of celebrating, I kind of hit me like, okay, I'm already on here for 3 years. I've already made hundreds of videos, and I still love to be part of this community. But also for me, it becomes difficult to get inspired sometimes, or that I get kind of bored with doing the videos that are perhaps the most helpful, which are the review videos. I know I should really still put them out there, but it feels like I have done so many that is also just not the most inspiring thing to do. To be honest. And I think it might resonate with other creators as well. Please let me know down below in the comments if you feel this way as a creator, that you get kind of in a rut of doing your weekly videos. And it's nice, it gives you a sense of belonging within the community, but less and less it seems to really be going somewhere, and that again is related to the fact that the algorithm is not really helping us right now. But another significant contributor to the bag slump, if you ask me, is just the way that the luxury and contemporary handbag market has been changing over the last couple of years. Personally, I have not been feeling all that much excitement when it comes to new collections and new releases and new bags. I feel like I've pretty much seen most of it. There's been quite a lot of re-releases from things from 20 years ago. And another thing is just the increased prices and the decreased quality. I think one thing that might really tie us together is if we can all buy things from a particular collection. So be it either a Murakami collection or a Coach denim collection. And for example, I feel like last year with the Coach denim, it was all the rage, and there were so many videos that it just seems sort of never ending. It all seems to be less and less. Again, things have become more expensive, also just a lot more exclusive. I would have liked to get something from the Louis Vuitton Murakami collection, for example, but everything was so expensive and so hard to get by that it's now just a much more select group of people who can, first of all, afford these things reasonably, and then also have the connection with their essays at Louis Vuitton to be able to get by these things as well. And that's not to be jealous at all. If you are such a solid customer of Louis Vuitton, I also believe that you should be the one getting those pieces. So it's not at all about that. It's more to say, like, things have become really hard for us as a community to enjoy together. So that is one thing. Also, because a lot of the luxury items have become so expensive, people are looking into alternatives. So we might not be buying LV anymore, but now we're moving to Coach. And then Coach's bags become the new it bags, and they become really expensive, uncomfortably expensive for a lot of people who used to love and purchase Coach all the time. And now a lot of these people are looking into more affordable brands like Dooney & Burke. There's just a lot of diversification going on. There's also people who are buying a lot more pre-loved, which again, I can also totally understand and I can only praise. But this diversification again feels to me like we are not enjoying things all that much together anymore like we used to. If you buy a beautiful pre-loved vintage item, I can still enjoy that for you. But if we cannot enjoy exactly the same things, I do feel like it breaks us up a little bit as a community. And it's really not to say that I don't still love and enjoy the handbags that I have. I really do. Most of the time I still bring 2 handbags to work and still rotate them each and every single day. And so to some extent it's good that I'm not continuously being distracted by the newest thing and just enjoying what I have. But yeah, when it comes to the bag slump, these are my 2 cents on it. I hope this was not all too depressing. Again, I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to try my best to put out my weekly videos. Also keep in mind that it's becoming summer over here and it is pretty hot. It's often around 30 degrees Celsius out there, which is around 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So who knows, I might be taking a little summer break, but this community means the world to me. So I'm definitely still going to be around to make videos, to watch your videos and enjoy all of your beautiful collections. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And as we say in Dutch, doei!